Hello, community! Today we're going to look at multi-pre-trained datasets for our cross-encoder. So here we go. We have our NLI trained cross-encoder, and we train him on an NLI distilled Roberta base. We use the trained model from Hugging Face, and we have here a model predict. We have here sentence pairs, 4 sentence pairs, and the result that we get out of an NLI trained model is that you see here, label mapping, scores n. Oh gee, it's missing. So scores n, this is exactly what we are looking for. So let's see what we get out. We get out a list. A list because this is a classification task for 3 classes. And remember, we have contradiction, entailment, and neutral. And for each of those class, we get a benchmark, a reference value. And the maximum here for the first sentence pair is here the third one, plus 3.9. So this is a neutral sentence. But of course, if you use the STS benchmark training dataset, and if you do the same, and we go also for a distilled Roberta model, but now for a pre-trained model on the STS benchmark dataset, we will get a result, and let's print the scores of the STS-B. Just download it from Hugging Face, the complete model, and do the predict. Takes a little bit of time, and here we go, and the result is, here you see, oh, a complete different result. We get 1 numerical value per sentence pair. So instead of having a distinction between contradiction, entailment, and neutral, where we have a list of those 3 classes, we suddenly have just 1 class. So you have to be careful because dependent on the training data set that you use, the result that you get out of the model, and you see here it's exactly the same model, the distilled Roberta base model, the smaller Roberta model, here NLI distilled Roberta base model, it gets you a different output. And the explanation why we get a different output is simply in the dataset. So we go to Hugging Face, we go to Datasets, and we have a look at the STS-B dataset. Here we take a multi-language, but it doesn't matter at all. If we have now a preview on the dataset, you can see what we have. We have a sentence 1, we have a sentence 2, and then we have a numerical value. We have a float. And the float is between, I suppose, 0 and 5 or 1 and 5. Let's check this. Just a second. Where we go? Sentence, yeah, here, data fields. We have a sentence 1. This is a string. We have a sentence 2. This is a string. And then we have a similarity score between for exactly those 2 sentences. And it's a float, and it is between 5 and 0. And if you want to see the size, the sample size, we have for the training 5,750 samples. For the evaluation, we have 1,500 samples. And for a test, we have 1,379 sentences. So this is, oh yeah, a lot of information is needed. So this is it. Again, an example here, you have sentence 1, you have sentence 2, and the 2 sentences are completely dissimilar. You get a numerical value of 0. And if you have a sentence 1 and a sentence of 2, the bird is bathing in the sink, the birdie is washing itself in the water basin. Oh, wow. Completely equivalent as they mean the same thing. We have a score of 5. So as you can see, we have not 3 classes, but we have a numerical score. Now, if we use this STS benchmark dataset, so always go here, check the size and the values and the format of your training dataset. If you decide you want to use this, check the language and whatever, if it's uncased or cased and whatsoever. And this was the explanation why suddenly with the STS-B dataset, we get a different output. So if you do now have multiple training data set, how can you fuse those multiple training data set with the same, let's say, Roberta or distilled Roberta model, that you can train it parallel on multiple training data sets? This is the topic of our video today. And to learn from the best, we go to Hugging Face. We have here our sentence transformer, our SBERT models, and then we choose a very particular model. I want to show you this in beauty. This has been done by Niels Reimer. And you have here the model MP-NetBase version 2. And interestingly, you have here the prefix all. And you say, what do you mean all? Well, look at this. If you scroll down, if you want to see the pre-training. So at first, the pre-training, of course, it's from Microsoft an MP-NetBase model. And then we do the fine-tuning. They use some contrastive. They compute the cosine similarity for each possible sentence pairs from the batch, because remember, this is now not a cross-encoder. This is SBERT pure, so we are here on a bi-encoder. Therefore, we have to do the encoding. We create vectors in vector space, and we calculate the cosine similarity from this vector space. So they trained it on a TPU, of course, and then the training data. And now comes the interesting part, training data. This is what we want to know. And they have a total number of sentence pairs above 1 billion sentences. And you say, 1 billion sentences? How is it possible to have 1 billion sentence pairs? And it's easy, because look what he did. And there's a beautiful open source, because he told you exactly all the data sets he used. So for our 1 billion sentences, you can see here the number of training tuples, and 726 million from this come from Reddit comments. So from 2015 to 2018, we have the Reddit comments. And then you see each dataset that he used, and you see all the number of tuples of sentence pairs that he used. And here, if you watched my last video on SNLI, or the Stanford model for NLI, you see here we have here 277,000 sentence pair he used, and then you see WikiHow and quora question, triplets, and whatever. So in total, you have 1.1 billion training data sets. And he can only achieve this by using more or less, and this is why you have the all and the heading. Every data set, I suppose, that there is, it is an amazing amount of data sets. And each data set you would think is different. I just showed you SNLI and STS benchmark data sets. They provide different results. No, because there's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And let me show you this. Here, if you go from Hugging Face, from the model card to files and version. Just show you the popularity of this model. You had just last month 800,000 downloads of this particular pre-trained model. It's yes, pre-trained. Let me have a look. Pre-trained intended use, a sentence or short paragraph, and an encoder. And we're interested in, of course, in a cross-encoder, but this is also the encoder we have, semantic information. And since this is not a cross-encoder, but we're working here on a bi-encoder, we have vectors that are calculating where we do this cosine similarity. You have a maximum amount of 384 word pieces per sentence in our sentence. And the fine-tuning, yes, I just told you. Yes. So without further ado, we go to the files and version. And here now you see what he did, how he combined multiple training data sets. Here we go. You have the config files, the config from the sentence transformers. And here what we're interested in is the data config JSON file. And look at this. Here you now have, again, all his, and this is already the JSON gzip file version. You have here all the different training data sets that he used. So he says how many lines we have, and he gives a weight to each and every training data set. And as I showed you, to get 1 billion sentence pairs, he has to add up a lot of training data sets. You see everything is gzip. So we are weight 2. Let's scroll down. You think it's not enough data sets? Yeah, for 1 billion data sets, you need a lot of. So, and you might ask, hey, where's our SNLI data set? Wait, I think it is somewhere close to 82. No, this was here. No, Reddit. Here we have Reddit. You see, Reddit 2015, we have, oh my goodness, how much is this? 135 million. Already 2016, 159 million, close to 200 million. Here 2018, 240 million sentence pairs. And he assigned a weight of 82 to this, and somewhere over the rainbow there should be our SNLI. And you can see the highest rating, the highest weight he gave to MS Marco, the query passage negative data set. So, but I want to see where is my SNLI or all NLI? What here we are, all NLI. Weight with 69. This is the data set I showed you in the last time. It just included, of course, also this beautiful data set. And you might say, hey, great, beautiful. So I have tons of data sets. What I do now? Well, you need some very intelligent code to ingest all of this. And on Hugging Face, you can find also the training script. So what we do is, let's open the training script and see how he managed to do this. Of course, he's working on a TPU, but let's forget this, for example. He uses a XLA. Yep, beautiful. Auto tokenizer, everything we know. Sentence embedding, we know all of this. The pooling layer, I have a video on all of this. And here we go, train. Model train. Here we go, model train. And here we have it, finally. And now here we have, if the length of the batch equals to 2, you have a simple tokenizer, you do the embedding, you gather all embeddings, and you compute with Torch, this particular module, the cosine similarity between all the different embeddings. And then you compute the cross entropy, and this is it. So you see, he just needs 2 versions if you want. If you have a text 1 and a text 2, or as I showed you everything else, in SNLI, you have 3 classes. You have entailment, you have contradiction, and you have neutral. And what he does is for SNLI, he says text 1, text 2, and text 3. He wants, of course, to have it return as a PyTorch tensor. He calculates the embeddings. He computes the similarity, the cross entropy, and this is it. So he can take care, or he checked that every of all those databases, there are just one of 2 cases. You have 2 sentences or you have 3 sentences. And with this little piece of code, he calculates the similarity scores for those 2 cases, and then you just have the classical path. Produce data. Here becomes interesting again. Let's see this. Store if dataset is in a 2-column or 3-column format. Yes. Add data from several sub-datasets. Okay, he runs through the sub-datasets, gets the data. Okay. And you see here, for Reddit, for the major part of this, he has an own class, Reddit the dataset. A class that handles the data, the Reddit data files. Simply a JSON load, yeah, beautiful. And then a data set for everything else. Okay, and the data loaded, now stream to the queue. And then he just calls up his arguments. So you see the code is there for you, it's already prepared. And if you just go to his config file, of course, you don't, if you want, you have the TPU, but maybe for first reason, you just try on a GPU. So you have there, with this particular model, the train script, where he tells you how to train on so many different data sets. So if you're interested to build this to your own, you just go to Hugging Face, Sentence Transformers, you choose any model that has a multiple training data set indicator here, like all, and then you just look files and version and you go for the training script and you can reproduce the results. What else we have? Special token. Yeah, you have here, look at the token. Yes, because we're working here in a Microsoft model. Of course, you have a different set of tokens. Sentence BERT, there should be nothing at all. Oh, the maximum sequence length and do lowercase is false. Okay, this is all that we have here in these files. Data config, we had a look. Modules, yes, of course. Then the PyTorch model you have here with 438 megabyte. You have ready, up and running for you. You even have, really, we have a vocabulary file. Yeah, of course we have a vocabulary file. If we scroll down, you should see, come on, a little bit of delay in the data transfer. So this is our vocabulary that we use. Heidelberg, dangerous, semi-final, shipbuilding, surgeons, landing. So whatever it is, this is it to show you how to build from multiple training set a possibility that you can train your sentence transformer model on multiple training data sets. Just always good information. Go to Hugging Face, look at sentence transformer, and learn from the best. I say thank you. This was it today, and I see you in the next video.